Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Once again, my name is Brandon. I'm an acting and performance coach, and today we're doing something a little bit different. Today, I'm going to go through this entire list, this long list that was given to me by some serious fans of the band Nightwish. And I'm going to try to get through the entire list, maybe not in one sitting, but as quickly as I can. So in order to sort of expedite the process and speed this along, you're going to see this intro, if you watch it on YouTube when it comes out, pretty much in front of every video. I'm going to cut it down a little bit without this explanation, but you're going to see this intro in front of every video because I'm not going to do one for every video. I'm just going to jump into it, and I have them all set up in a playlist, and I'm just going to play them back to back and react to the entire list. When I get done with it, I'm going to put them all up on YouTube and in my membership page. They'll also be available on Patreon. I can't bring them all publicly to YouTube at one time. It just doesn't make sense. I will try to post one at least every 10 days, maybe every 2 weeks. But if you want to see all of them, there will be a tier available in the membership page for that. And there'll also be a tier where you can catch them about a week before they come out on YouTube, one at a time. So it's now a long time ago when I first started reacting to Nightwish. I got a lot of messages from the fans, and one of them gave me a list of songs in a specific order, and the entire fan base seemed to be on board with me doing this, and I didn't. I completely got sidetracked, got lost in things, and just didn't keep to it. But I'm back on it today. So on that list, the first one was Ghost Love Score, which was the first one that I did. Now, the next one on the list is a song called Romanticide. We're gonna jump into the intro and then straight into the video. Be right back. Oh, she's getting ready. I've seen that before. A lot of energy in this one. Oh my God, love that so much. I'm not gonna pause it yet. Oh. Okay, stop, hold on. We gotta stop. Okay. All right. Look, I know I'm getting into the song. I'm trying to not get distracted as much as possible by just the fierce beast that is Floor Jansen. She's just absolutely killing this performance in general right now. Giving me some growls, giving me a lot of power, giving me a lot of energy, and then that high note came, and it just wrecked me. It just tore me in half. So I'm trying not to get too distracted. We're not gonna jump too far. Just go back just a hair, just a teeny bit. Enough to hear that growl again, I think. Right? One more time. If we just talk about her presence for a second, how much? I mean, come on. I've not seen Nightwish without her. I never have. I know there are some performances out there that some of you say are really great that I will eventually get to see, I think, but I've not yet seen Nightwish without her, and I cannot imagine anybody else commanding a stage that big with that many people the way that she does. This kind of music, somebody can get lost. Somebody can kind of get enveloped and just become a piece of the music, and she certainly doesn't seem to have any trouble, at least to me, standing up dead center and owning these moments. It's just really, really impressive. Right there. Wow. That little look, man, my God. I mean, give me my heart back, please. Wow. That's a really interesting line. Wait, let me hear that one more time. Nice. Look at the way they communicate. Okay, I have to say something really quickly. Okay, so the last time I did a reaction to them, I made a comment about them, the way the band is always interacting with each other, communicating, talking to each other. They're just jamming out. And I said something about having fun. A lot of you took issue with that because that particular song was not about them having fun. It was, I think it was the Poet and the Pendulum. And I didn't know the story behind it at the time. So first of all, please know that I meant no disrespect. Secondly, I wasn't necessarily talking about that particular instance either. I was kind of mentioning the things that I've noticed the band expressing in each performance, and not necessarily in every performance, but just the sort of variety of things that I've seen from them. And one of them is having a blast. I can't remember the moment I said it exactly, so I don't know what I was saying on stage at the time. I just wanted to make sure that you guys know that I do have a lot of respect for the band. I don't want to say his name, but the guy who I'm sure writes, I think most if not all of their stuff, the name has an interesting spelling, at least from my perspective as somebody who grew up in the South in the United States, and I don't want to risk mispronouncing it, but you all know who I'm talking about. I want you to know that I have the utmost respect for him, for all of them, for their talent, their ability. I did not mean any disrespect, but my point is evident in this video as well. A lot of the times you see band members and they look like they've just come in to work, and this group, no matter how crazy the instrumentation, no matter how insane their individual parts are, they always seem to be having a good time, or at the very least not be feeling the pressure of just a job. They don't seem to be worried about screwing up. They can be doing the most complicated things, and they'll be chit-chatting or giving each other heads up or talking about, or checking in with each other on different parts of the song and things. And it's just really great to see them communicating. As someone who grew up around a lot of musicians, watching that happen is very natural, but I don't see it a lot on these huge stages. So it's just really fun to see. It's just really nice. So that part is just me sort of remembering being a young boy and watching my grandfather, everybody who would come over to the house on the weekends, just jam out, talking to each other, communicating key changes and timing stuff and everything, and just having a blast. And I guess that's kind of what I mean. It's just in the music. They're just living in this moment, and it's just a joy to watch them. And to be in that audience. Her voice just gets me, man. Every time. Wow. Yet he looks so relaxed. Like he's sitting down in his bed telling his buddies, hey, look what I can do. Listen to that bass. Yes. Okay, stop. Okay. I just wanted to talk about him for a second. I've heard him sing now in a couple of their videos. I don't ever stop to give him props for it, and I feel like maybe that's a mistake. Watching him sing watching his facial expressions, seeing him give himself to this music. He is just as in the moment, 100% committed to it. There's a lot of intensity. Of course, it has a little bit to do with the style of music that he seems to sing, the lines and the sort of vibe of the lines that he comes in on. But regardless of that, the commitment he has to this music, I get the sense that this entire group recognizes sort of the scope and the awesomeness, like the respect that this music deserves. I think they all feel it, and I think they all give it to the music. They all seem to really appreciate that they're not just singing standard songs. They're not just doing the same thing that everybody else is. These are different. There's something special about them, and I think that the entire band recognizes it. They sound great. Wow. Okay, I was impressed, and I was prepared to be impressed, but that kind of got me. That what just happened? Wow, look at that grin on his face. My God. She is phenomenal. Wow. Okay, wow. That was insane and crazy. So I don't know the reason for the list that I've been given. I don't know the reason for it exactly. I'm interested to see where it goes. A couple of the other songs that I've reacted to, Ghost Love Score, and particularly The Poet and the Pendulum and The Greatest Show on Earth, felt very heavy. They felt very heavy. There's a lot of weight to them. This song certainly didn't feel frivolous, but it was a little different. There was a different vibe to it, and I can't put my finger on it. I have to admit something, and I think I've made it plain, and I'm not trying to hide it, but I have sort of a knack for picking up on things in performances. I'm not familiar with this style of music almost at all, and often in fact, when I'm listening to these guys, I can get very sort of flummoxed by what I'm getting. I sort of feel like I'm being communicated to in a language that I'm really unfamiliar with, which is interesting because I react to a lot of songs in other languages, and I tend to pick up on those pretty quickly. I want to read a comment from the gentleman that I was talking about earlier. His name is Gabriel, and he left a comment on the last video that I did on The Poet and the Pendulum, and I want to read it really quickly as I look it up, because I really enjoyed what he said. I really enjoyed the way he put things, and I hope that it's a common consensus amongst the fans, because I really enjoy doing these reactions. I enjoy this music from Nightwish. I'm just very new to it, and I know that sort of the metal crowd is particular and very passionate about the art that they follow. So I'm just going to read this from him. He says, "You don't need a metalhead certificate to appreciate Nightwish's well-composed and well-performed music. I think, or he thinks, it would be easier for me, personally, to fit them into known patterns if I consider that I am attending an opera or a piece of musical theater performed with modern instruments specific to the metal genre." Love the way he put that, by the way. He says that he understands my surprise, but in his opinion, with my training, I'm closer to their music than I think. And you know what? I think I responded to him and told him that I think that's kind of how I felt since I watched Ghost Love Score. I think I got there in that performance. That's just how it feels. In fact, while I was listening to The Poet and the Pendulum, I know that like a third of the way through, I was like, wow, people were talking about how it was a song in 5 movements, and it had 5 parts to it. And I thought, yeah, they're acts. It was a play in 5 acts, is what it was, at least for me. So I like the way he put it. It was very encouraging, And it made me feel a little bit better because every time I listen to them, I feel a little bit like an interloper. I love them, but I'm not a part of that world, you know? So I'm glad to have gotten some encouragement from someone who seems to be so well respected in the community here on YouTube. And all of you have been incredibly kind and welcoming to me, and I appreciate that. As for this particular performance, I mean, I don't know what else to say. The vocals just tore me up on this one. The vocals were insane. Floor really swung for the fences on it, and, you know, of course, she knocked it out of the park like she always does. Please tell me anything interesting about the context of the song, the lyrics that you think I should know, you think I should have picked up on, that you're pretty sure I didn't pick up on. I'd be interested to know your thoughts on that. I can pick it apart all day, but I'm not going to get anywhere close to the detail that I get from you guys, from listening to your stories, telling me you guys, I mean, everybody has a way of explaining it that's unique to you, and just those differences. I can have 3 people tell me the same story, but I'll pick up something different from each of them. Really appreciate you guys. I appreciate your kindness, your generosity of spirit. I appreciate your openness, and I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this one, because to be honest, I got so wrapped up in the vocals and a lot of the performance that I missed some of the lyrics. It really kind of just, there's some elements of shock and awe whenever you're watching Nightwish perform that can take you aback. And doing things like that on camera like this, I'm bound to miss things watching them. So please feel free to let me know what this song means to you. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I think something like 87% of the people who watch these videos aren't subscribed. What are you doing? It's easy and free. It's a big red button. Can't miss it. Just click on that button, leave me a comment, like the video. And yeah, I really appreciate all the support. We're just about to hit, by the time I upload this, actually, we probably will have hit 9,000 subscribers. And of course, all the social media links and everything are down in the description below. Please feel free to check those out. Come on over to the Discord. It's a great group of people over there. And yeah, all that being said, thank you so much for being here. This was a fun one. Thanks for coming on this Nightwish journey with me. Thanks again one more time for coming on this journey with me. Please remember to always be kind to each other. And most importantly, be kind to yourself.